Hey everybody, TacticAngel here, back on the PlayStation 4, playing the World of Warships Legends. We're on Haven. I am in this, the Dunkerque. I'm in a division. I've got JC with me, and Chris. And we're going to see if we can't make this boat work. First, let's go ahead, pop that commander up on the screen. I am using Emile Gopron. Of course, I struggle to sometimes make this boat work. I'm sure someone will point out that maybe my selections there are not helping me a whole lot. That said, I don't have any other battleship commanders, so it's either this guy or it's the French Dewey. I kind of feel like this guy's got more stuff going for him. At the very least, he's got an extra heal. I kind of like the Megalomania perk, even though I'm not sure it's a good idea. In any case, we started the game with the wrong shells loaded. Now we're trying to load the right shells. Always one step behind the enemy. Hopefully we can keep this Omaha with me. I feel a little bit safer with a buddy. As you can see, my two division mates are kind of splitting up in the back. One to support the weak flank while I push the strong flank. Put some shells out there on the Fuso. Not a lot of hits, but get them where it matters. Come away with the Citadel. You don't get a ton of those in the Dunkerque, but it's nice. It's nice to get them. I guess you don't get a ton of them on battleships with the Dunkerque, really. But you can certainly chew up some cruisers if you manage to get them to drive in front of you. So we are, again, trying to use these islands in the same way that I did in my Dunkerque review, which happened to be on the same map, and I think I might have started in exactly the same place. Hoping that the reticence of my teammate there to round this corner will be, let's say, taken away, allayed, whatever you want to call it, by me taking the first step out there. I'd go ahead and boldly round that corner. Looks like he's still going to take the long way around the island, which is nice. So I'm probably going to have to worry about this gate quite a bit more than I'd want to. Obviously, I launched my spotter aircraft so that I could see those torpedoes a little bit further away. We managed to pre-dodge them, so nothing too much to worry about. Kind of trying to figure out, actually, who these destroyers are around here and why in the world they aren't shooting at this guy. We managed to land a pretty big hit on the Gaeta there. You see our secondary start to engage. Obviously, they are fairly worthless. But sometimes they can help with destroyers. And unfortunately, my leadership in rounding that corner is not what that guy was looking for. He was looking for something else. And he's decided, instead of maybe coming forward and trying to help me out, he's going to head to the back of the map. Not great, because this puts me in a pretty awkward position. Those shells looked a little bit better when they left the barrel, but we walk away with just a couple of hits. Nothing really special. Now my problem is probably pretty obvious at this point. There is a destroyer, and he is pretty close to me. And I'm really worried about going around this corner.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
In any case, we managed to finish off the Omaha with a reasonably well-aimed shot. Score a Citadel. We're switching over to the high explosives here, because obviously our AP is going to go right through a Gaeta. And yeah, I will do silly things like rush destroyers. So there we see some torpedoes. That makes us feel a little bit better. The Gate has only got 2 torpedo launchers, so at worst, he's got 1 set left. And rounding this corner, we find out he did have the 1 left. Thankfully, he smashes 1 into that island. I take 2 right off the nose. We're going to fix that flooding right quick. Make sure we get all the way around the island so that we can get our HE in. And he's way too close to me for smoke to be effective. So I'm turning kind of broadside to this guy, knowing that he doesn't have his torpedoes yet. And we're just trying to make sure we get as much firepower in on him as possible before they reload. We apply precisely the right amount of firepower to finish him off. Now we're going to turn towards Alpha. We're going to do the classy Battleship cap routine, see if we can get away with it. Meanwhile, we're going to probably kneecap ourselves at the same time by shooting at other people who can shoot back at us. So, hey you, I'm trying to cap your base. Yeah. Let's see if being caught on fire catches his attention. In any case, we've picked up a little buddy. This destroyer makes us feel a lot better about our lives. There's still 1 enemy destroyer out there, but it looks like he's far enough away that I'm not going to have to worry about him. At least not for a good while. There you can see on the other side, Chris is taking care of business over there. And we manage to actually cap the base without them turning around and shooting at us. It's nice not to be shot at sometimes. But here we go. We're still using the high X because the Fuso started with that angle, and I'm kind of making a break for some cover over here, hoping to get there because I know there are a couple of battleships out there that can probably shoot at me. Now we're going to nose in because we expected he was going to fire. He lands a bunch of shells, none of which seem to do any damage. So that's good time. We see the Bayern way out there in God's country, and we're hoping to start some fires there too. Yeah, nothing really. You can see kind of the dispersion of the Dunkerque. It's not great. Now we're still charging in. We really want the cover of that island so that we can limit the number of battleships that are shooting at us to just 1. And this is just about the time I was telling my division mates, I feel pretty good about this game. And then, of course, out of nowhere, we lose the number 2 turret. And now we are basically without half of our firepower. Very, very annoying. This happens to me a lot in this ship. And obviously we also took a pretty big hit from the Bayern. The Bayern can just tear through this ship if it hits it. And we're now locked in kind of a series of inevitable actions. I need cover, so I have to move forward into cover. But he wants to move forward because he's a German battleship. He can't hit anything that's more than a few dozen meters away from him, so he's rounding this corner. Obviously, he's got both the firepower advantage normally, and especially now that I've lost 1 turret. And he's got a whole bunch of hit points, and I am suddenly not in a great place in terms of my hit points.
The ship is on fire.
There's fire everywhere. One thing that I have not learned how to do in this ship is run away effectively, which Might be my problem, it might be the design of the ship. In any case, you take away one of my turrets, subtly the most effective weapon that I have on my ship is the ship itself. We finish him off with a ram. Our teammates are going to go on to eliminate the last couple of people in the game. I'd have shown you a little bit more of that if I had been paying a little bit more attention. In any case, we go on to victory. We do 108,000 damage and earn a high caliber. That's not all. I killed 3 ships. There are 3 people in my division. They each killed 3 ships. And they each got a high caliber. That was kind of cute. The hat trick of hat tricks of hat tricks. So, thank you everybody for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. I'll see you guys on the next one.
PlayStation